1 2 1 2 21 21 2025. Coming out of the right and the left speaker is episode 167. Cymarshall, experience is the best teacher. Welcome. Wa-la-la-ling, wa-la-la-la-ling. Yo, it's 2025 and you are back with the Cymarshall Show. Yo, it's been an incredible journey so far, but now we are in the new year and we're going to kick it off with episode 167. And I appreciate everyone coming back. But you know how we do? Let's get into it. Before we start the show, we're going to start with our affirmations, prayers, meditations, especially for this new year we're in. So let's start the tone. Let's set the tone right. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. Universal God, Most High, Jah, Cosmic Intelligence, Great Architect, the All. Thank you for bringing us into this new year with a positive outlook. Thank you for our continued health, wealth, knowledge of self, abundance, affluence. Thank you for the kindness that you share with us. Thank you for the patience. Thank you for the personal growth. Thank you for letting us know that even though we might have made mistakes in the past, we have second and third chances. Thank you for new opportunities again. Thank you for friends. Thank you for family. Thank you for good food on all levels. And I mean food in the form of knowledge, food in the form of entertainment, food in the form of good people that just feed us. God, thank you for this year bringing us all the things that we deserve. God, thank you for everything, really, just everything. 2024 is definitely a year to remember. And I feel like it changed us, but I feel like that change can be for the better depending on your perspective. So God, thank you for us having the best perspective that allows us to grow in the best ways. 2024 is gone. So thank you for all the success that's to come in 2025. Thank you for all the people that we're allowed to help. Thank you for all the help we get. Thank you for life. Now let's start the show. So we're going to get into episode 167, like I said, and this one is based on Law 37. So episode 167 is called Experience is the Best Teacher. But Law 37 is shoot in the dark sometimes. If you miss, it's a good humility check. If you make it, you will realize perhaps you are never in the dark as much as you once believed. Let's get into it. Cymarshall Show 2025. Let's do it. Law 37. Shoot in the dark sometimes. If you miss, it's a good humility check. If you make it, you will realize perhaps you were never in the dark as much as you once believed. The known was once the great unknown, and what was in the dark was eventually brought to the light. However, had there not been a brave soul to venture into the unseen, what is known now may never be. What is life if the only moves one makes are those heavily calculated and planned? I would imagine if God wanted an earth full of robots, the universe we live in would have given us just that. We'd be transformers, and you'd call me Optimus Prime. But no, here on planet Earth, fear is the enemy of progress. Sometimes you have to overcome a fear to truly understand who you are. And fear usually is one traveling into a dark place without knowing the outcome. How many lives would be completely different had they just taken that one chance they were afraid to take? When we face our fears, we often realize our fears are not as scary as we once believed. Our false perception of a situation made us ignorantly afraid without finding the truth for ourselves. Take a shot in the dark. The worst case scenario is you miss and learn for your next attempt. Where the best case scenario is that you make the shot and are hailed as the hero or heroine you are. Where I am. Last verse and hook. Shame still playing a game that I couldn't win. I looked everywhere, but I didn't look within. To myself, I was a mystery. Needed a clue, so I started looking into me. In fact, most miss that. Moving faster, missing the answer, feeling like underneath there is no ground, 'cause you can't see if you never slow down. This kid thinks, but my instincts are animal. And when I came to Earth, I never came with a manual. So everything I do is not understandable. Don't know when I'll figure me out, but I'm planning to. Part of becoming a woman, a man, and no book can't tell me who I am. Trying to figure out where I stand, I got a map, but I don't know where I am. I look for a place that suits me. Sometimes people don't see what you see. Even when you speak from your heart and truly, I feel to be real with me is a duty. I'm not trying to take this lighter loosely. I look in the mirror and ask, who's he? Don't know where I am, but I'm feeling loony. I'm just trying to stay on my feet and do me. 1. Shame, still playing a game that I couldn't win. I looked everywhere, but I didn't look within. To myself, I was a mystery. Needed a clue, so I started looking into me. Imagine playing a game forever and never winning. Sometimes when going after your dream, risking so much for what you love, this is how it can feel. You start looking for physical signs of success, but you begin to doubt if your journey will ever bring you to the destination you had imagined when signs don't come. However, the actual trip will always be the one you walk internally with yourself, and that one should never have a destination you need to reach. Look to yourself as a compass. Congratulate yourself. Compete with yourself. In the end, the actual game is you versus you, not anybody else. 2. In fact, most miss that. Moving faster, missing the answer, feeling like underneath there is no ground, 'cause you can't see if you never slow down. Ferris Bueller. One of my favorite movies, especially at the end where Ferris says, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Even at a young age, those words spoke to me. We go through so much every day, sometimes it's hard to slow down and see what's really going on with us when we are always moving on to the next obligation to fill. The work never ends, unless we make time to just be and enjoy the little things in life that don't stress us out. 3. The kid thinks, but my instincts are animal. And when I came to Earth, I never came with a manual. So everything I do is not understandable. I live by what I deeply feel. I do this because there are hundreds or thousands of religious, spiritual, or New Age guidelines and texts on Earth to show us how to live a good life. But who am I to say which text is correct over another one? If we don't follow some of the guidelines in these books, they say we may feel the wrath of the universal gods. But what about the civilizations in the remote parts of the world that have never seen a Bible or anything like it? Are they governed by the same laws as us? So many groups of people claim to have the truth, but often I go with what I deeply feel about myself, my own original thoughts and ideas. Dad once told me this is the way because you never really know what an author was thinking or their motives when they wrote their book. So I always take the information in, keep what resonates with me, and add my own personal philosophies with unique. You never know. Maybe you'll bring your original light, knowledge, or wisdom that will inspire and influence others to shine. 4. Don't know when I'll figure me out, but I'm planning to. Part of becoming a woman, a man, and no book can't tell me who I am. Trying to figure out where I stand, I got a map, but I don't know where I am. I look for a place that suits me. Sometimes people don't see what you see, even when you speak from your heart and truly. I feel to be real with me is my duty. I'm not trying to take this light loosely. I look in the mirror and ask, yo, who's he? Don't know where I am and I'm feeling loony. But I'm just trying to do me. 4. We are all on journeys at different places and maybe with various destinations. So my path may not be in the same direction as yours. Part of growing up is understanding that not everything is for you, but when something is yours, it's yours. You own it because it's who you are. I think no book can tell you precisely who you are. Because each person is so different, and that is the beauty of us. Astrology will tell you I'm a Virgo, and I think I have many characteristics of one, but not all. No book on earth can define me, for I am one of one, as are you. Beyond believing in any text to help guide my path, I use my own spirit as an all-knowing fiery spearhead to direct me.
Yeah. Got Street Park, Got to Be Good, featuring Pip Miller. Come on.
Wrap me up, lay me down. I need to go to bed now. Wake me up in the morning, else I might not wait. I don't wanna see the daylight, yellow street lights in my stage. I'm crying in the rain. Got to be good, got to be better. Wanna be steps up from what I'm feeling now. I wanna feel better than what I'm feeling now. Everyone's in agony, yes. Everyone has their needs. No one's meeting mine. I said last time was the last time. Here we are again. I'm crying into shoulders. They don't know the story. They don't know the pain. They don't get the message. I'm crying into rain. They don't even know the story. They don't even know the pain. They don't get the message. I'm crying into rain. Got to be good, got to be better. Wanna be steps up from what I'm feeling now. I wanna feel good, better than what I'm feeling now. Got to be good, got to be better. Wanna be steps up from what I'm feeling now. I wanna feel good, better than what I'm feeling now.
Welcome back to the Cymarshall Law Show, where we stay true to ourselves and never, ever, 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 ever conform. Nah, but on a serious note, shoot in the dark sometimes. If you miss, it's a good humility check. What does one mean by this? As I was writing this, I thought about when I was about 13 years old. I remember I had gotten into an argument with my sister, and she yelled at me, "Cymar, you have to have some humility." And at the time, I didn't even know what humility meant. But in retrospect, she was absolutely right. I mean, I don't remember the situation detail for detail, but knowing my personality, especially back then, we were probably in like some sort of beef over something, and I was probably right, but I probably was just acting like I knew everything and just like, know it all sort of thing. And later in life, I came to find that in all situations, I obviously don't know everything, and when you do go places and seek things that you don't know about, that you're not familiar with, it's always a good humility check of just yourself and who you are really at your core, like honestly, because you might be excellent in one aspect in life, but not so great in a lot of others. So sometimes we act as if our world is the only world, but there are worlds of people doing all types of crazy, beautiful, wonderful things that we don't know about, that we could learn a lot from if we have some humility. Like if we let our guard down and let others that are not familiar to us teach us, put ourselves in situations that are not familiar to us. we really get to learn ourselves, because if we're always around things and people that we know, it's hard to really see ourselves because we're always around the same things. But when you go somewhere that you're not used to going, or when you talk to someone, you know, or talk to people that you're not familiar with, or that you don't know, or that are different from different places, you learn a lot. And you humble yourself because you realize that there was so much that you didn't know. And when you try to get in these situations, and you do get in these situations, sometimes there's a beautiful thing that occurs. You actually realize that you weren't in the dark as much as you believed. You actually, for some reason, you knew about something that you had never previously learned about from anywhere. You ever come in contact with a person that you just feel like you knew from somewhere else? So sometimes you can go to places or get in situations and they feel familiar. So you may have never been in that place, you may have never been around that person, you may have never been around that whatever, but you get there and you're like, oh, this feels familiar. But you never would have known that if you didn't try to put yourself in a situation that wasn't familiar. So you get in these situations, you're like, oh, the world is smaller than I thought. And people are not as different as I once believed. And once you start realizing that, you relate to things and things relate to you a lot clearer. And when that happens for me, life just gets easier, because when you're able to see things from a different perspective, that's when, for me, I learn the most. When I'm like, oh, that's how they see it. But there are no moments if you don't put yourself in a situation that you're not familiar with. So you have to shoot in the dark. Shooting in the dark is one of the best ways to grow.
I never claimed to have all the answers. I never did that. The truth is, sometimes I don't even know where I'm at. I don't know. To be a great man, stick to the game plan, but it's real when I feel like I'm in a strange land. Ever feel like nobody into you? Will I get the job when God give me an interview? Started at the bottom and trying to reach the pinnacle. See it in my head, but I can't explain the visual. Can't ridicule this. This what it came to. Even a friend now looking like a stranger. Here at home, but I feel alone. Who am I? Always the man in the mirror known. Great vision and I don't need better eyes. So how come a reflection I don't recognize? I'm still here when I ain't died, but life got me feeling like I ain't the same guy. Trying to figure out where I stand. I got a map, but I don't know where I am. I look for a place that suits me. Sometimes people don't see what you see, even when you speak from your heart and truly. I feel to be real what meets my duty. I'm not trying to take this life too loosely. I look in the mirror and ask you who he. Don't know where I am and I'm feeling loony. I'm just trying to do me. Since a kid a king, but sometimes I feel like I know something and nobody listening. Like I'm talking to a brick wall, taking shots to get hurt when I miss all. In the dark, need light like a flare gun. Life's a game, no one said it was a fair one. Try to be brave, but I get scared some, cause I came here, but I don't know where from. Confused and fear, past is a blur, trying to make the future clear. Pack bags, say bye and tip pack. It's about where you going, not where you been at. So I'll be gonna go find me, cause it doesn't matter even if I own ID. Trying to figure out where I stand, I got a map, but I don't know where I am. I look for a place that suits me. Sometimes people don't see what you see, even when you speak from your heart and truly. I feel to be there what meets my duty. I'm not trying to take this life too loosely. I look in the mirror and ask you who he. Don't know where I am and I'm feeling loony. I'm just trying to do me. Shame, still playing a game that I couldn't win. I looked everywhere but I didn't look within. Told myself it was a mystery, needed a clue, so I started looking into me. In fact, most miss that, moving faster, missing the answer, feeling like underneath there is no ground, cause you can't see if you never slow down. The kid think, but my instincts are animal. When I came to earth, I never came with a manual, so everything I do is not understandable. Don't know when to figure me out, but I'm planning to. Part of becoming a woman, a man, and no book can't tell me who I am. Trying to figure out where I stand. I got a map, but I don't know where I am. I look for a place that suits me. Sometimes people don't see what you see, even when you speak from your heart and truly. I feel to be there what meets my duty. I'm not trying to take this life too loosely.
Welcome back to the Cymarshall Law Show. I am your gracious host, Cymarshall Law. So let's get into the book and movie of the week. Which one should we do first? Movie or book? Movie or book? Movie or book? Let's do the book. This is by one of the authors I think are one of the greatest that I've read as far as fantasy novels in the past like 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, I only read a few of his books. One of the main books that I love of his is American Gods, and it was actually turned into a series. But the book of the week that correlates to, the law, Shoot in the Dark, is The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. So about this book, the quick summary. The novel follows an unnamed protagonist who revisits his childhood home for a funeral. As he sits by a pond at the home of his childhood friend, long forgotten memories flood back. He recalls a fantastical and terrifying series of events from his youth, which blend the boundaries between reality and the supernatural. That might be an understatement because it gets crazy, it gets wild. There is masterful storytelling. Neil Gaiman is renowned for his unique blend of fantasy and reality, creating immersive worlds that captivate readers. His lyrical prose and deep themes resonate on multiple levels. The novel is a profound exploration of the nature of memory and childhood, tapping into universal experiences and emotions. It evokes a powerful sense of nostalgia and wonder. In the book, the protagonist's journey is filled with moments of fear, bravery, self-discovery. Mirrors the idea of shooting in the dark is what that does. Each challenge he faces teaches him humility and courage, ultimately leading to a deeper understanding of himself and the world. I feel like the connection to Law 37 is the protagonist's descent into a mysterious and magical world epitomizes the concept of shooting in the dark, because he's thrust into situations beyond his comprehension. And through these trials, he learns about the strength and resilience he didn't know he possessed. The novel really suggests that even when we feel lost or overwhelmed, there is much to be gained from embracing the unknown. So yeah, that's The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. Check it out. Let me know what you think. The Cymarshall Law Show at gmail.com. So moving right along to our movie of the week. This one dropped in 2007. It's called The Diving Bell and the Butterfly. It's a biographical drama that tells the story of Jean-Dominique Bauby, the editor of French Elle magazine, who suffers a massive stroke and is left with locked-in syndrome. Despite his paralysis, Bauby writes his memoir using only his left eye, an extraordinary testament to his human spirit. The reason you should watch it is because it's an inspiring true story. Bauby's determination, his ingenuity in the face of overwhelming odds is a testament to human spirit's resilience. And this film is both, it's heartbreaking and uplifting, offering a powerful look at the possibilities within constraints. Has some brilliant cinematography, a unique visual style, which often portrays Bauby's limited perspective. It immerses viewers in his experience. It's a cinematic achievement for all to partake in, so you should definitely check it out. I feel like the connection to the law is that Bauby's journey embodies the essence. Faced with unimaginable challenges, he takes a leap of faith into the dark, using his creativity and determination to navigate his new reality. His story is a profound reminder that even when we feel most constrained, we can discover incredible potential within ourselves. So yeah, those are the book and movie of the week. Okay, before we end out the show, I have the quote of the week, a great one by Maria Montessori, and it goes like this. The adult ought never to mold the child after himself, but should leave him alone and work always from the deepest comprehension of the child himself. Maria Montessori. Should I read another one? One more for the road. Here we go. This one is by V.E. Schwab. Look, everyone talks about the unknown like it's some big scary thing, but it's the familiar that's always bothered me. It's heavy, builds up around you like rocks until it's walls and a ceiling and a cell. My name is the Cymarshall Law. Wait. I should start calling myself the Cymarshall Law. I'm the Cymarshall Law. Nah. My name is Cymarshall Law. This is the Cymarshall Law Show. I love y'all. Until next time, peace, love, and positive energy. And we out like that.
Just make them secure, run no time to pretend. It's I and I create these problems, and if your heart is yours, all this war would end. For the sake of the children, make the children secure, and no time to pretend. It's I and I create the problems, and if your heart is yours, all this war would end. For the sake of the children, tell them refrain from the negative. Life is for all, and yet the friend for live. Some don't really want to see the world as it is, so them get caught with all the things where them a build foundation for set. We got to do it quick out, but kind of vex. There ain't no easy way about this. Some sidestep, some come for trick. Them wrong concept, or devil them a worship. Make the children secure, and no time to pretend. I and I create these problems, and if your heart is yours, this war would end. With the sake of the children, make the children secure, and no time to pretend. It's I and I cause the problems, and if your heart is really yours, war would end. With the sake of the children, yeah, with all the troubles that come, you've got to overcome and be sure to take your place. Hey, letting your ego get you down, having you for its fun. I wonder what would it take. Now from you say, if not see me, oh gosh, I say I was praising just.
Cymarshall Law Show.
Look at them, I did catch a Michael on the team. That's not time to pretend. I and I cause these problems, and if your heart is really yours, war would end. With the sake of the children, make them secure.
Imagine Cymarshall Law on the track with Sizzler though.
I and I cause
Come on,
these
man.
problems, and if your heart is yours, everything would amend. For the sake of the children. Hey, Rob, arise and speak of excellent things. The opening of thy lips shall be right things. My mouth speak a truth. Wickedness is an abomination unto thy lips on the Lord thy God. It's just...
Y'all thought I'd leave and just let the song play? Nah, I vibe out with y'all. Hey.
So that's why I'm calling. Yo, just make them secure. And no time to pretend. It's I and I cause these problems. And if your heart is really yours, war would end. For the sake of the children, just make them secure. And no time to pretend. It's I and I cause these problems. And if your heart is really yours, war would end. For the sake of the children, obviously refrain from your negative. Life is for all, and yet you fight to live. Some don't really want to see the world as it is. Get caught with all the little things that them are built foundation for set. We have to do it, we go up a kind of fix. There ain't no easy way about this. Some are sidestep, some are trick. Wrong concept, but devil them are words. Just make the youths them secure. And no time to pretend. I and I cause these problems, and if your heart is yours,
Yo, subscribe to the show. Cymarshall Law.
Sake of the children, make the children